doctor's appointment on my due date, and she said I was 3 centimeters dilated. We went on a walk that night. That's really the only thing we did. And then I woke up at 1:30 in the morning feeling cramps, and I went to the bathroom and I tried to go lay back down, but I kept feeling them like every 7 minutes. So I was like, let's not waste any time. Like, we have, you know, both kids. We have to take them to my mom's, and the drive is like 30-40 minute drive. So
yeah, long drive.
I should have waited longer. I usually wait longer, but I feel like the other times, like, I didn't have so much to do. I wake Ivan up, we pack the kids, we take them to my mom's, we come to the hospital. The contractions are every 7 minutes in the car.
But in the hospital it's like 12, 14.
Yeah. They take us to like that room where they pretty much just check you to see if they should give you a room or not. Sorry. And there the contractions become like irregular, like 12 minutes, 14 minutes, 7 minutes, like, I don't know, just not regular. So, and then she checks me and I'm still only 3 centimeters dilated, which is just so weird to me, because with my 2 other ones, I was 8 centimeters by the time I got there. So I was just like, are you kidding me? I was like embarrassed. I felt, I don't know, just embarrassed.
I know this one didn't make sense because you weren't in pain or anything like you were with Benji.
I mean, I was in pain. It just...
No, like the other ones, you were almost about to cry. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I usually wait till like I'm about to cry. But at that point, I'm like about to cry and I have to like answer all these questions at the hospital and like wait to get my room. So I'm like, why not just go a little bit earlier so I'm not in so much pain when I have to fill these things out. But anyway, so they're just like in and out, not really telling us much. Then they asked me, oh, were you gonna be induced? And I'm like, well, yeah, at my doctor's appointment, she said that someone was gonna call me that day to schedule an induction at 41 weeks. So, but they never did call.
for real. They probably forgot like the other time.
Yeah, another doctor came in and she was like, we're gonna see what the doctor says, if we should send you home or if we're gonna keep you here. I'm like, okay. I'm already thinking we should get like a hotel here because I didn't want to drive all the way home. I was already in pain, so I knew, okay, the drive there and the drive back, like, it's just pointless. I don't know. But they come back, they're like, you know what, we're gonna admit you and we're gonna induce you. Or give you Pitocin.
Pitocin.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I wanted to go home.
Yeah, I just, in that moment, I'm like, let me just go home and take a warm bath. I know that will like speed things up or like calm me down. I don't know. So I was really scared. I've only had like 2, you know, natural births, and I've heard like when you get induced, it hurts a lot more because, you know, your body alone naturally can like progress, you know, slowly. It is painful, but it's progressing. And getting induced, it's like it just all hits you at once. Your body doesn't even know how to handle it. I don't know. So I already knew.
It felt like it didn't even hurt you. You didn't act like it was hurting.
Well, with like everything I read and everyone I talked to, I already had in mind, if I get induced, I'm getting an epidural. Like, I just know it. But I was freaking out because I didn't really do the research on getting an epidural or getting induced. I didn't really know how it went, or like, I don't know how it worked. So they're trying to give but they're like, your veins are so like small, or like your veins moving, so they kept moving it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's painful. And like, yeah, five different times. So 3 different nurses did it. Finally, the third one, she was able to get it. And then on top of that, I got the COVID test. That was painful. I'm like, what the heck, man? And yeah, then they gave us our room. They started the Pitocin.
9 hours later.
I will say, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't feel like it hurt so much. It felt like it was bringing the contractions in sooner. I didn't feel them more painful, but it had just started. So she was like, we're starting you off at a very low dosage.
Like 2.
And yeah, and then she's like, the anesthesiologist has a C-section, and he's gonna be busy for like, it was like the next 3 hours and a half. And so she was like, do you want him to come in and do it before, or do you want him to do it after? And I was like, oh, I don't know, like 3 hours from now, how bad, you know, it's gonna hurt with the Pitocin and with all the stories I heard. Like, it sounds like it's gonna be pretty bad, and I'm gonna have to wait hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what, we'll do it now. So yeah, the guy came in, and I really did not know what to expect. He was like cordial with us, but he was very rude to the nurses, so it was very awkward. They just had me sit with my feet dangling, and I don't know, I was so scared for it. And they're like, you're gonna feel like going in, and you're gonna feel like a burning sensation. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm here like pinching myself, like I'm so scared. But honestly, it just felt like when you get a regular shot in your arm. Like, yeah, you feel like, you know, the needle going in, but it doesn't hurt. You just feel it. And I didn't feel a burning sensation. I probably just felt like liquid.
Him touching your nerves?
No, it literally just felt like a shot. I don't know. Like, I was very scared and overthinking it, so I don't know. But he did it a few times. I don't know if you're supposed to do it a few times. He's like, where are you feeling this? I'm like, my left side. And he's like, then he did it again. He's like, how about now, your middle? And I'm like, no, my right side. And he did it another time. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of middle, kind of right side. He's like, okay. And then he did it another time. Like,
you felt it though?
Yeah, I could feel it every time he'd put it in. And he was like, don't move, don't cough, don't nothing. Okay. I mean, it wasn't bad though. Like, to put it in, it's not like you were like, I don't know. First, it was like my right leg just felt super tingly, and then my left leg. And yeah, I don't want to say they were like, you didn't feel anything. Literally the whole time I just felt like my legs were asleep. Like, they were tingling and they were asleep. And that's how it felt. And I kind of felt like lightheaded. I told him I kind of felt like I was drunk or something. But yeah, after that I felt nothing. Nothing. What else?
They had to put the catheter in.
Oh yeah, they have to put a catheter in. I was scared for that too, but honestly, you feel nothing. Like, yeah, you can feel like that someone's touching you, kind of, but like, you feel nothing. And the girl's like, yeah, you're getting contractions every 2 minutes. Are you feeling anything? I'm like, nope.
I know.
Not feeling anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna know when to push, or like when I'm ready? So you're gonna feel pressure. And this other nurse too, she's like, they say that like you feel the pressure of like a bowling ball. So it's like getting freaked out for that too. But when it came time to it, it was not a lot of pressure. I mean, I could feel something, but like So yeah, when she was like, tell me when you feel that pressure, I didn't even know if to tell her or not, because it wasn't the pressure of a bowling ball. So I wasn't sure like if it was worth mentioning, like if it was gonna start the labor. I don't know, but so they had me like laying on my right side and laying on my left, which was really weird because you can't really feel your legs, so they had to help you. And then she tells us, because she keeps trying to move me, and she tells us, well, you know, the baby's heartbeat is like, what did she say?
Like irregular.
It was just normal. Like not normal. Like it wasn't being consistent. Like it was dropping at times, and like they didn't know why, and that's why they kept flipping me. She's like, yeah, that's why we admitted you, because of that, because they noticed that from when I first got there. I'm like, they didn't tell us that, we didn't know that. So I was kind of started getting freaked out. But I mean, they didn't seem too worried. They just kept flipping me from side to side on my back, and then she ended up lowering the Pitocin because she said my contractions were coming too close. I felt the pressure again, and she kept me check. She's like, yeah, don't push, like her head's right there. I'm like, yeah, I can kind of feel like there's something there. She's like, yeah, we gotta call your doctor. I'm like, okay. So yeah, she comes in, and what, like 3 pushes?
Like 4 or 5.
And she was out. And I didn't feel that either. I didn't even know if I was like pushing hard enough.
So weird.
Oh, and I forgot to say, the reason her heartbeat was like, you know, up and down, was because her cord was in a knot. Her umbilical cord like had tied itself in a knot.
And she was moving around probably.
And we're like, everyone was like so shocked and happy to find why it had happened. But I'm like, does that mean like, has it always been like that, or did it just?
No, she moved around. She did a loop and went through.
But they said we can't tell like if she's been like this for a while or if it happened today. But yeah, I guess I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I'm like, well, good thing we were here, and good thing she came out safe, because that sounds scary for the umbilical cords being a knot.
Usually you hear wrapped around like the body or something.
That's good. Yeah, it didn't like wrap around her neck or her body. It was just in a knot.
That's crazy.
But,
I didn't get to take a picture of it.
I forgot to. Maybe if I Google what it looks like.
Would you recommend it to others?
I told the nurse, I'm like, I feel like I'm cheating. Like, this is too easy. Like, my 2 other births, like, they're so freaking painful. Like, so painful. And this was, like, easy breezy, a walk in the park. Like, it just, I don't know, it was like, is she really here? Like, it just seems, I don't know, so easy. People will say, oh, I have back problems from the epidural, but I'm like, okay, I've given birth naturally, and I feel like my back hurts all the time. So, does it not? Do I not always ask for back massages? Yeah, so maybe we just naturally have back problems, or just giving birth gives you back problems. I mean,
probably it's a lot of pressure.
Don't know. But yeah, like, I don't know, to me it didn't hurt to put it on. I didn't feel anything. And I feel like some girls say like it wears off. Mine didn't wear off. I mean, it was slowly wearing off later.
It took a while.
Yeah. It's probably weird like not being able to get off the bed. So I even did all like the walking with her, like changing her diaper because you could stand. But after a little while, like after a few hours, I could feel my legs again, and it was fine. I will say the after pains, like when I nurse her and I'm feeling the cramps, those hurt. And I didn't really feel them the first day, I think, because I still was a little numb from the epidural. But today, I feel like it helps for a little bit and then it wears off. So we'll see. They say day 2 and day 3 are like the worst. Like you can feel the pain the most of those days, and then after that, like it should
be fine.
subside. Yeah. But yeah, now we're going home and we're gonna go see the kids. And we got some food. How was your burrito?
It was good.
I got a torta.
The meat was kind of dry. I should have got
Your
salad.
burritos have been fails.
I know.
Today. Yesterday he got one with no rice and beans. It just had the condiments.
Thanks to my sister. No, she
That's
asked
his fault.
She
That's
asked
his
what I
fault.
want, and I just said the meat and all the sides.
Yeah, he forgot to say the
I didn't know how to tell her, rice and beans either.
Well, now you know.